old graduate from Harare Institute of Technology, and she graduated in 2022, studying information security and assurance. She participated in hackathons and excelled last year in one of the biggest international hackathons in Rwanda. Also as a chief guest at a gameathon in India. Yeah. Okay, I've heard hackathon. Gameathon? This one is interesting. Hey Julie. Yes, Julia, please send me tea and concoctions. So she was the chief guest at a gameathon in India. She owns her own company called Clarity Smart Tech, and she also runs a cake business on the side. Talk about multiple streams of income and making your talents work for you. Zvikomborero, welcome to Cappy Talk, and big welcome to Diaries. We need to give you like a round of applause, and there we go.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yay. Everybody say what's up to Zviko. How are you doing, Zviko?
I'm good, thanks. I can see you're not well, so I'm not going to ask if you're okay.
You know what? I think I'm okay. It's just that my voice has never been this soft.
But that's a good thing.
I don't think I've ever had to be so careful with my voice. I'm always just and then this little thing that triggered the throat thing was like, no, Becky, calm down. And I was just like, over my dead body, I don't calm down for nobody.
I'm going to come to it.
Yes, I'm going to come to it. I miss the pulses. Once you get involved with a family like mine, between 12 and 3 o'clock, we are called the pulses because, we give the pulse to the heartbeat. And I missed them. Like, Monday, Tuesday, I was bored. I was in the blankets. I was coughing. I was sweating. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I miss the pulses. I miss them. So I'm happy to be back.
Oh, that's nice.
Right.
It's good to like your job.
It's good to like your job, right? So do you like your job? Do you like what you do? Based on the profile that I just did, do you like your job?
I think I like the freedom that comes with it more than actually liking the job. So in turn, I then end up liking my job because of it. But at the end of the month, I don't have to call my parents and ask for money. Instead, I'm the one who calls them. How much do you guys need?
At 25?
Yes. Well, I just turned 25 like 7 days ago. So,
well, happy belated birthday.
Still new to 25.
You're still new to 25. Okay, but you've been taking care of yourself since how old?
Well, I started having a job at 18. That's when I got a job.
At 18? Yes. What drove you to get the job at 18?
Oh, it's actually a very funny story because I was at a startup. So my friends started this startup and they actually asked me to come join. That's how I then started.
What startup was it?
It's called Farm Hut. It's an online marketplace for farmers. So basically, I learned to do everything from marketing to coding to sales to talking to people, all that.
Oh no, okay, sounds good. So we want to take your story back to Zviko growing up.
Okay.
Right. If you were to go back to your childhood, what age are you taking us back to?
I think I'll take you back to when I was 5.
Oh, you remember?
A little bit.
Okay, let's go. Talk to us.
Because that's when I got my little brother.
Oh, okay.
So I've always been a firstborn. So being a firstborn, your job is to solve problems. So I think that's what then drove me to probably wanting to be into tech. Because from that age, everything that's needed to be done, it's on you.
Okay.
Something like that. So everything is on you.
Okay.
So since 5, when I got my little brother, that's when I figured I should take up leadership roles.
At 5?
Well, yes. And then as you grow, that's when you understand that I'm a leader, but I didn't know that.
Okay, what leadership roles were you taking at age 5, Zvigo?
You know, I'm a deputy parent. That's enough to be a leader.
Girl, I think wakakurumidza kuzviitira deputy parent at 5 years old. Wangosiri ku-ECD kana kuti kucreche.
It's a moment when you go home and remember, oh, there's a little person.
Right.
And it's so cute. And the moment, you know, oh, this is my baby. That's my baby too. And as much as they're taking care of you, but already you tell yourself that it's their baby, but it's my baby too.
So obviously by the time you were like 15, you were a full-blown deputy parent, ka?
Well, yeah, sort of. I could say that.
Okay.
But it's not like I was in a position where my parents are not there. They've always been there and they've always been taking up their roles.
Right.
So I've just been there seeing how it's done and being a little helper.
Okay. And then if you're looking at your life high school-wise, did you always see yourself in tech or you saw yourself somewhere?
I actually didn't see myself in tech. I actually grew up quite confused of what I wanted to do.
Which is normal.
It's just you going to school for the sake of it. And then by the time I got to Form 6, I'm like, you know what, I like solving problems. And it's so fascinating how in tech you can create something out of nothing. And you get to solve problems using tech. So I think that was the driving force for me to then say, you know what, let me get into tech.
Okay.
So I then started doing tech when I went to uni. But before that, it was just me and just vibes.
I like the honesty. It was just you and just vibes. All right. So I know there's that transition from high school into college or into university, where you then decide what direction your life is going to take based on the subjects that you end up studying in either college or university. And then you went into university and you said, because I know I have a knack of solving problems, let me solve technical problems. Why didn't you solve medical problems? Why didn't you solve agricultural problems? Why didn't you solve social problems? Why was it that your problem solving was more driven to tech? Yes.
So I think one of the practical courses I took during Form 4 was computers. So I already had a computer background. So it's something I already had little knowledge in. And then when I then went to A-level, I had some career guidance and I was told that if you do maths, physics and chemistry, your options broaden based on if you have done maths, physics, maths, biology and chemistry.
Okay.
So someone who's done MBC has little options when they go to uni than based compared to someone who did maths, physics and chemistry.
Okay.
So I ended up doing maths, physics and chemistry. So because I actually didn't know what I wanted to do. So when I then finished, I'm like, you know what, let me just do computers. That's how I ended up there.
And you excelled so well in the computers because now you were taking part in hackathons. I remember I was once part of a hackathon held by Potras at the University of Zimbabwe, where they had like different students from the different parts of Zimbabwe. And one of the girls who won in that hackathon was a young lady from Bulawayo, if I'm not mistaken. And she was from like one remote area, and she created this beautiful website. I mean, I've seen websites, but that one was the website. And the topic that they had to do the website for was for our heritage sites. And she did one of Visit Matopo Hills. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And I mean, I wanted to visit Matopo Hills and based on that website. So with the hackathon, can you break it down for the listener, and also, you know, to those who might not really know exactly what a hackathon is and what it entails?
Okay, most people are actually asking this because they feel like a hackathon, you go there to hack systems.
People's systems, yes.
But actually, a hackathon.
Can you do it? Wait. But can you do it? Yes,
I learned information security and assurance. Part of my courses included ethical hacking.
Okay, so wait. So if someone came to you and asked you to hack someone's phone, what are the ethics of someone who knows how to do that? What are the ethics behind it?
Well, firstly, that doesn't include hacking. Actually, systems that you can just buy and install in your partner's phone and Everything comes to your phone.
Oh my gosh.
So it has nothing to do with hacking.
Pulses, are you thinking what I'm thinking? All right, but okay, so the systems that you can buy and install in your partner, because everybody wants to do it. In Ango, I don't.
Are you sure?
I promise you, I've had a bad experience where I didn't even install anything on the phone. No, ndakatora phone dega. And I told myself, I'm never doing this. Why am I imposing heart attacks?
And then you put it back.
No, I put it back very quietly, and no, life
Sometimes
goes
we inflict this pain on us.
Yes, we do. We do. I think certain things just need to be need to be left alone. I think certain things just need to be left alone. But if someone was to come to you, is there like some okay? So in journalism, there are some ethics that we know we don't cross, right? So if someone was to come and ask me to do something that is unethical, according to journalism, it might make me a lot of money, it might make me famous, but the fact that there's ethics behind it, I do not cross that line. Is there that line with your line of work?
Well, yes, because being a hacker is actually illegal, so it can actually get you jailed.
Mm-hmm.
So no, if someone wants me to hack something for them, I actually don't do it. The type of hacking that you're taught is probably you've built a system and you want to test if it works.
Okay.
If hackers can't come in, so you do what we call penetration testing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're hacking your own system to check for loopholes.
Oh, right.
Yes,
Right.
so that's the type of hacking that I do.
Okay, so
Anything outside that bracket, no.
That's not what you're doing.
No.
All right, but with the information that you have and the knowledge that you have, you can actually test any system.
Yes.
All right, what are some of the companies that you have worked for where you actually put your computer testing systems to test?
Okay, at 18, that's when I was working at Farm Hut.
Mm-hmm.
After Farm Hut, I worked at this company called Mid-End Computers.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I went to NRTV.
Mm-hmm.
And after NRTV, I'm now here on my own.
On your own. What drove you to start your own company?
It's a moment when you feel like you can grow and you're hungry to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been in the field for quite some time and you feel like you can stand on your own 2 feet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what drove me to like start my own thing. And I also want to create more employment for other people.
Right.
Because the world is hard and everyone wants a job.
Mm-hmm.
So if at least I can give those people a job, I think I would have done my part.
Oh wow, so how many people do you employ at the moment?
Right now a team of 11
Wow.
software developers.
Wow, software developers. So this is this Smart Tech is a company that offers software solutions.
Yes.
So we as a radio station, we've got technical teams, we've got people who, work on our computers. So the software that we use on radio, you'd be able to actually scan it through and find out what issues there are in
Or maybe I
everything.
can actually create a nicer one for you guys.
Teacher. She says maybe I can create a nicer one for you. All right. We've got Zvikomborero Claire Duri. She is our Diaries guest. She's a 25-year-old graduate from Harare Institute of Technology, but this was like 2 years ago that she graduated. But now this young lady already owns a tech company called Smart Tech, and they offer information security and computer system solutions. So back to the hackathon. What happened at this hackathon in Rwanda?
Oh, okay. I actually forgot to explain what a hackathon is.
Yeah.
It's more like an environment where developers come and they're given a challenge that they're supposed to solve and given a time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, a hackathon, they might say this theme is probably Go Green. So you're supposed to create a system that speaks on the theme Go Green. And they give you 72 hours to create a system, come and pitch it and convince everyone else that your system is worth taking first place. So that's a hackathon.
All right. And how many countries take place in this?
It depends. If you mean the Rwanda one, it was open to all the countries in Africa
that took part.
Yes.
So all this, well, excluding Rwanda, so all the 59 African countries.
And Rwanda also was participating.
Okay, so it was. So all the 60 countries in Africa took part in this hackathon, and you came out tops.
Yes, I had my team. So the theme was blockchain, and our system was a cancer detection system.
A cancer detection system.
Yes,
I like how you say blockchain, like we understand exactly what you're saying, but it's okay. Okay, so yours was a cancer detection system. Is it being used?
Not yet.
But it was tried and tested that it actually...
Yes, it's in the process of being tried and tested. So it's supposed to diagnose 5 types of cancers using one scan. So it's supposed to use thermal imaging. The main goal of the system was the scans that are currently there, they're too hands-on. You know, you're supposed to go, you're supposed to lie on the bed, they're supposed to remove your clothes or insert something in you. So we're trying to look for a solution that reduces contact but still does the job. So that's how we thought of that system.
Well done. And I think most people, when they go for medical checkups, no one really wants to undress and you know, do all the hectic stuff that has to do with testing, and then it's hectic. So for you to come up with something like that, I do hope that they do use it eventually. So if they do use it, do you get any money for that?
Yes, if eventually it's used, we'll be part owners of it.
You'll be part owners of it.
Yes.
So when you are now a millionaire, you go and you were a guest on Diaries.
Definitely. I hope that's soon.
Yes, on the 8th of May 2024, you were a guest here, and I'm sure it will, because I don't see the reason why they wouldn't want to include it in their research or in their form of assisting cancer patients. Besides creating computer solutions or computer system solutions for the health sector, what other sectors do you see yourself engaging in?
So currently at work, I'm just in the business of creating solutions or systems for any client. So whatever system that you need, we create it for you. Doesn't matter if it's in the health sector, in the mining sector. You just come, tell us what you want to be done, and we make it for you.
Or we just tell you this is what I want, and then you make it.
I think software is just magical.
Girl,
just think of something.
You are about to be busy. You're about to be busy. Okay, I'm going to take you to the gameathon side of things, and you did this in India, and gaming is a big thing in certain parts of the world. In Africa, not so much, because parents especially think it's a waste of time. But in the European countries, you actually see teenagers and even older people taking part in gameathons and winning money, and also designing games, people getting paid for coding and all of that. In Africa, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much should we embrace this gaming thing?
I actually think right now we don't embrace it. And it should be pushed for us to embrace it more, because it can help in so many things. The kids are growing up. They need a very interactive way to learn. But the problem with Africa is our internet adoption is very quite slow. It's still behind.
Like how many years behind? Are we years or months behind?
I'm not exactly sure if you're years, maybe a decade behind.
No!
Because everything then comes here. Most of the systems that come here have been implemented in European countries like 10 years ago. But when it then comes here, it's like, wow, this is brilliant. But these systems have always been there many, many years ago. So I think that we should embrace the internet more. Because in other African countries, internet is very cheap. Everyone has access to internet. When we come now to Africa, it's a computer lab, internet. But I think right now we're trying to catch up. Even if we're trying to catch up, us as the users are not even keen to learn how to use it. You see parents telling their kids, "And how are they going to learn how to use the internet?" And the thing is, if we don't catch up with it, it's just going to go and leave us behind. So technology is advancing each and every day, and we should advance with it. So besides even how games are impacting our lives, it goes to how we're supposed to first embrace the internet.
Right.
because through the internet is then how we're going to get access to these games. You'll be shocked how many games are actually in Zimbabwe, created by Zimbabweans, that are actually functional. But they have like 100 users.
Oh no.
But almost everyone has a phone.
All right, Ziko, I want to just open the WhatsApp for any questions, especially to the parents that have any questions with this gaming thing, because now children are misusing the phones. It's not like we don't want to give them the gadgets. We want to give them the gadgets. We want them to be tech savvy. We want them to know how to use a computer, a laptop, a tablet. We do. But Javanozoita, is there a way that we as the parents can protect our children from some of these things? And because now some of them are tech savvy like Zvigo, they can override certain systems that we have put in place to block them from doing mischievous things online. So if you have any questions for Zvigo concerning this, 0719 100 404 is the WhatsApp number to get in touch with her. And feel free to ask your questions, because I think once we get to some form of common ground, we will be able to work together with our children, and even sometimes our partners will be able to come to some common ground as to what are those gadgets really for. Does your child have a laptop? If not, why? If so, how are they using it? Does your child have a smartphone? If so, what smartphone is it? What measures have you put in place? What security measures have you put in place? And if you don't know how to put in the security measures, Zvigo is here to assist us. We'll be right back, just taking a short break. It's Capital 100.4 FM.
Are you gonna play music?
No, I just needed to cough.
Listen. BeckyK is on Capital 100.4 FM.
I've got coffee.
Okay.
I've got coffee.
Enlisted International.
We are back on She Diaries with Zvikomborero Claire Duri, who is our She Diaries guest. She's a 25-year-old information security. What you call yourself?
I call myself
A what?
a software developer.
Oh, okay. So she is a 25-year-old software developer, but she studied at Harare Institute of Technology, studying information security and assurance. And just before we took a break, we were talking about, basically the pros and cons of giving our children gadgets. And she's saying Africa is almost like a decade behind some of the systems that other parts of the world are experiencing. So my question is, we want to give the children the gadgets. We want them to be tech savvy. We want them to know how to use the computer. Just this morning, I was speaking to my son. He's 16. He's doing Form 3 Cambridge. He wanted to drop ICT. And I said, you are not doing such a thing. This is you now when you are 18, 19, whenever they start having girlfriends. You probably have a girlfriend now. Oh my gosh. And then your girlfriend knows how to use a computer or a laptop. And then you, this charming, handsome boy,
don't know anything.
you don't know. You know it's not going to happen. Not during my time. Not during my time.
Not on your watch.
Not on my watch. So I really had to tell him, there's some subjects you can drop. This one you are not dropping, because I know how important it is to actually be tech savvy, because we are in a digital world. There's a question that has come here, so I'll ask mine after this one. At what age do you think a child should learn how to code? And can you create mobile apps and websites for my company? And where do you see yourself in 10 years? This is a question from Professor Aiwa Mavunza, Professor Shimashu. That's a question for you, Zvigo.
Okay, can we go question by question?
Absolutely. So the first one is, at what age do you think a child should learn how to code? Not at what age can a child learn how to code. Should learn how to code.
Okay, I'll give an example of my little brother. Right now he's in Form 1, but we started taking him to coding school when he was in grade 6.
Okay.
So they're coding school. I actually feel like even at preschool, the a child can learn how to code.
I was about to say preschool because I've seen some clips in China.
But then there are little courses that are then suited for the kids for that age group.
So age appropriate learning.
It's full blown code.
It's according to their age.
According to their age group as they grow older.
Okay. So from primary?
I think from primary.
All right. And if someone is like, no.
I think it's never too late. I actually think even at 50 you can start learning how to code.
Okay, cool. You answered me. Because I was about to be like, so can a 50-year-old be all up in there coding?
Okay, what was the second question?
The second question was, and can you create mobile apps and websites for my company? So basically, how does one get you to create software or websites or mobile apps for a company?
Okay, so we are on all social media platforms as Clarity Smart Tech. Right now, we're actually having a promotion for the month of May because we figured there are a lot of small businesses that want social media presence, but they are not there. So it's just a simple website. You can get one for $150, and we can create your own brand for you, and even give you emails customized to your name.
Let me just say you are very affordable, and as you said, it's a special.
Yes.
Because if I was to tell people the actual price of a website,
I would come in stages.
I would jump on this opportunity, like I would jump on it like right now, and I would have you make my website like right now. I wouldn't wait for you to tell me, okay, special is over. I would jump on it like right now. The next question was, and where do you see yourself in 10 years? Wow, that's hectic. I don't know where I am in 2 weeks.
In 10 years, I see myself owning one of the biggest tech hubs in Africa. I hope I get to achieve that.
I'm sure if you continue putting in the work that you're putting in, you will get there.
I pray so.
Yeah, I mean, at 25, you've done this. You've employed 11 people. I know 25-year-olds who need God.
You all need God.
Oh, no, I mean,
I get what you mean.
Yes, I was looking for a more proper way of putting it.
A nicer way.
Yes, they need prayer, like hectic prayer. But here you are at 25, and you are saying no to certain things. What are those things that you are saying no to as a 25-year-old, looking at the 10-year trajectory that you have just asked?
So basically, my lifestyle is already trimmed to. I'm not exactly an outgoing person, although my hobbies include traveling. But outside that, I don't. It's work, home, and when I get home, it's probably I have cake orders, so I bake during the night and go back to work the next morning. That has been my schedule for the past year.
But I don't know any tech person who is outgoing. Nigel, do you know any tech person who is outgoing?
No, introverts.
They're the entity. Yeah. I don't know any tech person who is outgoing. If you had said you were outgoing, I was going to be shocked. Like outgoing where? Travel, yes, but you probably stay indoors.
Yes. I think computers become your best friend. And the more you spend time on a computer, you actually become socially awkward.
Yeah.
It's very difficult for you to hold a normal conversation with someone and not act cringe because you don't know what to say, how to say it.
But you're doing well so far. Well done.
Half the time you're on your own.
You're doing pretty well. You're doing pretty well. You're doing pretty well. Those of you who are watching on Facebook, I'm sure you can see she was like smiling half the time and really answering the questions. And for someone who's in tech, that's pretty good.
Thank you.
You did well. So I wouldn't place you as someone who is like socially awkward. Maybe if I put you in a room with other people, I'll be able to tell
if I'm awkward or not.
Yes, if you're awkward or not. But so far,
I actually did some prayers before I came. Like, please, I hope I say the right words. I hope I say them at the right time.
And how much of God do you include in your business?
I'm actually an Adventist. So every Saturday I'm at church. I actually close business operations on Saturdays.
Really?
Business ends Friday.
Where do you go? Which one? Which
Highlands.
You go to Highlands.
Yes.
I used to go to Highlands because my husband is SDA. So I married into SDA. is this Pentecostal girl who married an
How do you
an
blend
Adventist
in?
girl. Shoko and yes.
To some extent, yes.
The word is the word. What I did appreciate at the SDA church is that they do read their Bible. I just I just then take it a step further in terms of the revelation and studying the word for myself. So after divine service, I'm not just sitting. I'm going to go back home.
Yes. Read what the preacher was saying.
Yes, I'm going to go back home and say, okay, so he opened on 2 Corinthians, and does it really say that?
What he was saying?
And then yes. So that has helped me grow. That has helped my spiritual walk a lot. And also the little other meetings that they have, especially for children. If there's anyone who really wants to bring up a child in the right way, like for me, Adventist Church has done pretty well for my kids.
I feel like the church really tries.
It does.
From birth, from the time you're pregnant, you're going to kids' lessons.
I'm telling you,
songs. So there's everything for every age group.
There's everything for every age group. And I remember the first time when I saw that, I remember asking, why is that
pregnant women are going to class?
I'm like, why is that pregnant woman there? And they're like, the child
in the stomach is listening.
Is already in Sabbath school, like right now. That's children's chapel right there. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, and the parents go with the kids until the kids are old enough to like go by themselves. And then you've got the adventurers, you've got the pathfinders, and then you've got the youth side of things, and then the brass band, and
it's not just about the Bible. You're taught life skills.
That's it.
You're taught how to cook, how to make fire, how to tie ropes. I think it's really beautiful. Absolutely.
I don't know what happens as we get older, because the crop is different. 10 minutes to 1 o'clock. We'll be closing off with Zviko in a little bit. If you still have any questions, comments, or contributions, please do send them through. We're taking an ad break. We'll be right back.
Email for only $1.
Oh my
Enjoy
God.
a spectacular Sunday reading experience.
Oh, I didn't know you
There's
were
something in it
Adventist.
for the whole family.
Oh, this is so
We've
cool.
added a little spectacular Sunday best to spice up your weekly Sunday reading.
I haven't been to
Sports
church in
news,
like a month.
society news, business
Up and
news,
down.
and updates,
Because of work.
lifestyle and entertainment,
Because of the
politics,
industry.
experience,
I think that was
more
one thing
or
why I
less.
said, God, I
The
don't know
Sunday
how
Mail, the
you're going to
leading
give me
family
jobs on a
newspaper.
Sunday so that I can be in church on a Sabbath.
It's time to gear up for
So
success.
for the
and
past
what
month,
better way than with
you haven't
top
been
quality
I haven't been,
fast
but
exercise
I
books.
return my
We
tithes
offer
and
a
the
wide variety of
offerings, so they see
exercise
me
books
that no,
for
the girl
all
is still
grades,
here.
from
She's still alive.
ECD
She's
to
still
upper
alive.
grade. Get our products from all major retailers and wholesalers nationwide, stationery shops and traditional traders. For more information in Harare, call Noma on 0775 464 194, Rose on 0776 131 480, and Bulawayo Eva on 0778 362 053 now.
Enlisted International.
Zvikomborero Claire Duri on She Diaries today on Capital 100.4 FM. The name is BeckyK, and I'll be with you until 3 o'clock as we are wrapping up this interview. Thank you to all who are tuning in and sending through your questions and your contributions. Do you have any questions on Facebook? Anything?
No, just
Nothing
greetings.
yet. Okay, so Ziko, taking you back to kids and tech, right? What are some of the measures that us as parents can engage in curbing the kids from misbehaving on the net? Because I know a lot of stuff happens on there, and by the time you discover it, very deep into it. So what are some of the measures? Like on the onset, I've purchased a new phone for my child. What am I doing?
Okay, so you can actually block the sites that you think are harmful to your child as soon as you get the phone, and probably give them time. Like, you have your phone from this time to this time, probably the time that you want them to do their homework. So that way you make sure they don't sleep with the phone all night, because you don't know what they're going to end up doing with it. I also think, besides the whole taking the phone away, not giving them, just sitting them down and telling them the dangers. I feel like the African community is sort of closed off. most of these issues are said in whispers. So kids grow up learning all these things on the internet by themselves. But as parents, if you sit them down, you tell them the dangers of pornography. Because imagine if he is now then going to figure out pornography on his own.
Then it's too late.
This is when you have set him down and told him what it is and the benefits or the demerits of it. That way, he makes a conscious decision not to do it. Then differs when he then finds out on his own. And now,
so what you were saying is that the African culture doesn't want to talk about it.
Most of these issues are not talked about. They're talked about. But did you as a parent sit down with your kids and talk about these issues with them? As I'm not a parent, but I think the parents shy away from these issues. They themselves, they can't talk about them.
They're expecting the school to do it.
Exactly.
They're expecting the
to such an extent when it eventually happens, should open. And you can't even sit down with your child and talk about it with them, even when they've done the act. Like, I've noticed you've been watching this or you've been doing this with your phone and I'm not happy with it.
Right.
It's not exactly talked about in that way. It's sort of like hide and seek. So I feel like if African parents would sit down with their kids and enlighten them so that when they see it, they know what mama can board and they know how to make an informed decision on their own.
All right, so speaking to the children on the onset before they even engage into these things, and then there are sites that you can block that they can't override. So once it's blocked, it's blocked.
I'm sure by the time you give them, they actually don't know how to unblock them.
Wonderful. I think I'm going to have like a lesson with you, or I'll just bring the gadgets to you, and I mean that's the best way to do it. Just take the gadgets to the people who know how to do the things. When they set it up and put the apps and everything, block this site, block that site, like don't allow them to do anything on it. What are some of the quotes that you live by, or like the major quote that you live by?
Okay, I think the major quote I live by is, how you do anything is how you do everything. To me, this quote means that your character, your work ethic is shown in the little things that you do. So imagine people can actually see if they want to work with you through the way you walk.
I like that.
The way you dress tells a story. So I think that's a quote that keeps me going each day. If I can't be faithful on the small things, when I eventually become a millionaire, how am I going to keep all the money? So I try to live by that each and every day. So it's the little things that matter, and then grow into big things and are cultivated into things that are actually meaningful and useful.
I like that. How you do anything is how you do everything.
Yes.
So if you're haphazard in one area, you're going to be
if
haphazard.
If you're used to waking
in
up and not
everything.
making your bed, how are you then going to make order when you now have authority over a lot of things? If you can't pick up after yourself, imagine what will happen when you are overseeing $1 million.
Actually, I heard psychology about making the bed, that successful people make their beds. And I remember at that time I used to struggle making my bed. I hated making my bed. I would rather sleep on top of the blankets. How since you didn't make your bed today? Hello. It's not me who said it, Zviko said it. it's Zviko who said it.
Get me cute.
What are you looking forward to in this year?
Growing my company. It's still new.
Right.
So I hope by the end of the year I would be able to look back and smile. Because it's the moment when you're an entrepreneur and you wake up in the morning and think of quitting. Like, I'm just going to close this down because it's too heavy for me. So I think by the end of the year, if I'm still at it, I'm going to be super proud of myself.
Lovely. Any other degrees that you want to work on?
For now.
Or you are done with school? She's like, I'm so done with school, Bex. I'm so done. I did information security, for goodness sake.
No, I feel like at times we then spend half of our time chasing after school school and not actually putting in the actual work that's needed.
Okay,
I'm not saying going to school is a bad thing.
No, but I get you. But then the reverse is also true. I know a lot of people who are working in certain industries without the paperwork to back it.
The beauty of the internet is you can learn anything you want.
Thank
on
you.
YouTube, it's
I'm
there.
on Allison.
Even right
currently.
now, TikTok has all the courses that you want. And some of us on TikTok making crazy videos to entertain people.
Whereas you can actually learn
anything
something
that you want on the internet.
Yeah. I'm actually on a website called Allison, where you do like a full-on diploma, and you can either choose to leave it online or to write the exam and then pay for the diploma. So which means as in when you have completed it, it's a proper university diploma.
Wow.
So you can say, yeah, I studied this. Okay, but where's the certificate? Or
And
where's
the
the
beauty
diploma?
in my industry is they don't care what you learned. What they want are the skills.
Come on.
So what can you do? We don't care you are the first class degree. Can you solve the problem? And you'll be shocked at how many developers actually never went to school to learn development or to learn coding.
Right.
Most of the people I know in my field went to school and learned totally unrelated things.
Yeah.
And right now they're one of the best software developers I know.
I love it. And is there any question about marriage at this point in Zviko's life? Or Zviko is like career driven at this point?
Okay, I hope to get married.
Okay.
So I can't.
I like your answer. No, let's end right there.
Okay, thank you.
It's Zvikomborero Claire Duri. She was our Diaries guest for today. You can follow her page, Clarity Smart Tech, on social media for all your what is it, software?
Development needs.
All your software development needs. I'll also give that information soon after the news. It is 1 o'clock. Stand by for the news.